Have you ever felt your heart race, your stomach tighten, your muscles tense, or suddenly feel anxious around someone who has never hurt you before? You tell yourself nothing bad is happening, but your body acts like you're in danger anyways. And here's the frightening part. Sometimes your body remembers trauma that your conscious mind doesn't. So long before your brain can explain what's happening, your nervous system has already decided that you are unsafe. As a psychotherapist with 20 years of experience in treating trauma, I have seen this thousands of times. Many people tell me, I don't know why I react this way. I know logically I'm safe, or I can't control my body. So today I'm going to explain why this happens, what science tells us, and most importantly, I'll teach you clinically proven techniques that actually help your nervous system heal. Because healing trauma isn't about changing your thoughts. It's not just about that. It's about teaching your body that the danger is finally over. So if you're interested in learning psychology that's backed by real clinical science and not social media myths, subscribe to the channel. Every week I teach practical tools that therapists actually use to help people heal. Many people believe memories are only stored inside the thinking part of the brain, but they're not. Trauma is stored in multiple systems simultaneously. The thinking brain, the emotional brain, the autonomic nervous system, or muscle tension, hormonal responses, and even breathing patterns. So when a traumatic event occurs, your survival system asks only one question: how do I stay alive? Not how do I accurately remember this? If your brain believes survival is at stake, the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, becomes highly active while areas responsible for language, reasoning, and chronological memory become less active. That's why many trauma survivors struggle to explain exactly what happened, but they can certainly feel it. A smell, a tone of voice, a facial expression, a certain season, even the sound of footsteps can activate the same physiological alarm that was present years earlier. This isn't weakness. This isn't attention seeking, it's neurobiology. Your nervous system has learned that certain cues predicted danger, and it continues trying to protect you, even long after the danger is gone. Here's something fascinating. Your nervous system operates much faster than your conscious thought. Research suggests that your brain begins evaluating threats before conscious awareness fully catches up. That's why someone can innocently raise their voice, and before you've consciously processed what happens, your shoulders tighten, your heart accelerates, your breathing becomes shallow, and suddenly you're defensive. You aren't choosing these thoughts, but your survival system is making predictions based on your past experiences. Think of your nervous system like a predictive kind of software. If it's learned growing up that raised voices led to humiliation, violence, rejection, it assumes every raised voice carries the same risk. The body is saying, I have seen this before. Even if your logical brain says this is completely different. This explains why trauma survivors often feel quite exhausted. Their nervous system is constantly scanning for danger. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. So imagine driving every day believing another accident is seconds away. Eventually your body wears out. That's what chronic trauma does. So this is why trauma affects relationships so deeply. You may do things like overreact, you might withdraw or people please, you may become emotionally numb or push away people who genuinely love you. Not because you're broken, but because your body mistakes safety for uncertainty and uncertainty for danger. Many people become frustrated with themselves. And they might say or feel things like, I know better, I shouldn't react like this, I'm smarter than this. But trauma doesn't primarily live inside our intelligence. It lives a lot inside of our physiology. So you cannot think your way out of a nervous system that's convinced you're under attack. Now let's talk about what actually works. This is where healing begins. Intervention 1. Learn to regulate before you analyze. Many people immediately ask, why do I feel this? The better question is, what does my body need right now? Slow diaphragm breathing, especially with a longer exhale than inhale, helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's primary calming system. One exercise might be, breathe in for 4 seconds, exhale slowly for 6. Continue to do this for 2 to 5 minutes, okay? Not that you're trying to relax, but you're teaching your nervous system that you are safe. And this is one of the primary ways to do it. Number 2, ground yourself through sensory awareness. When you're triggered, your brain often lives in the past. Grounding reconnects you with the present. Look around. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, and even 2 things you can smell. Once you can taste, and one you can taste, this technique interrupts automatic threat responses by anchoring your attention in the current environment and in the present. Okay? The next one, gradual exposure, not avoidance. One of the biggest mistakes people make is avoiding every reminder of trauma. Avoidance provides temporary relief, but it teaches the brain that situation must truly be dangerous when we avoid it. So instead, under appropriate circumstances, and often with professional guidance, you gradually approach fear situations in manageable steps. Over time, your brain gathers new evidence, as I've survived, I'm safe, this isn't my past anymore. Okay? The next one, process the trauma instead of repeatedly living it. Evidence-based trauma therapies, including trauma-focused CBT, EMDR, cognitive processing therapy, prolonged exposure therapy, and various somatic approaches, help integrate traumatic memories so they can no longer dominate your nervous systems. Okay, so the goal isn't forgetting. The goal is remembering without experiencing. Okay? Rather, the goal is remembering without re-experiencing. That's an enormous difference. Healing doesn't erase history. It changes how your brain and body responds to it, though. Number 5, the next one. Build a nervous system resilience every day. With regular sleep, regular exercise, consistent routines and ritual, safe relationships, mindfulness practice, and self-compassion. These are just a few wellness tips. These aren't just wellness tips. They are biological interventions that strengthen our emotional regulation over time. So healing isn't usually one breakthrough. It's hundreds of moments where your nervous system starts to learn, I'm safe now. So if there's one thing I hope you remember today, it's this. Just because your body reacts doesn't mean you're in danger. It may simply mean your nervous system is trying to protect you using information that's years or even decades old. But the good news is this. The same brain that learned trauma can learn safety. Neuroplasticity doesn't end in childhood. Your nervous system can change. With the right interventions, the right relationships, and enough repetition, your body can stop living in survival mode. So healing doesn't mean pretending the trauma never happened. Healing means your past no longer controls your present. If this video has helped you understand yourself or someone you love a bit better, subscribe to the channel. My goal is to translate decades of clinical psychology into practical tools that you can use. And if there's a topic that you'd like me to cover next, please leave it in the comments, and I read all of them.